Our next school up is SBS International School Chiangmai. SBS International School Chiangmai offers a comprehensive Cambridge curriculum from early years through secondary, nurturing inquiry, knowledgeable, and caring individuals. Their students embody the key value of confidence, responsibility, innovation, reflection, and engagement. SBS multilingual proficiency at SBS multilingual proficiency is a core strength, with students excelling in Thai, English, and Mandarin. They celebrate both local traditions and cultures while fostering a broad international perspective. Their diverse community of classmates, teachers, and friends from various countries and backgrounds cultivates an appreciation for different viewpoints, enriching the educational experience. And I am very excited to welcome to the stage here Head of School, Mr. Lee Phillips. Mr. Lee, how are you today?
I'm awesome, thank you. It's another very, very busy day here in Chiang Mai. I think there's no international school that doesn't have a busy day throughout the world. But yes, it keeps me on my toes.
Fantastic. I have a couple questions that I want to actually start here with. The first one I really want to start with is one that I've asked everybody who's come in to present here in our online school fairs here, and that is, Mr. Lee, when you get up and you're about to make your commute in the morning, what are you most excited about, as you're making your way to SBS?
I'm most excited about another fantastic day in Chiang Mai, and I'm just filled with pride in going to help be part of a leadership team in what is, my eyes, a fantastic educational institution providing a huge range of benefits and opportunities for our students. But let me just think one moment. What am I most excited about? I'm most excited about that first high five that the kid gives you when you walk in. I'm most excited about standing at the school gate and saying hello to the parents and the community as they come through. And I'm most excited about, sort of the great greenery that we see around me, from Doi Sutep, the mountains, to the paddy fields that surround the school. And yeah, it just makes you really thankful for another day on this planet.
I love it. That's fantastic. Specific question for you. What is the medium of instruction across the school? Is it English or Thai? Because it's the school, has called out that it's multilingual.
Yeah, absolutely. And what does multilingual mean for us? I suppose all of our instruction is in English. So the students' lessons, all the instruction, the communal areas, you're going to hear English. We're an English-speaking international school. But multilingual to us means that all of our students will be proficient in 3 languages by the end of their time here. And those 3 languages being English, Chinese, and Thai. We have Chinese first language speakers who come to the school, and they will have, of course, fluency in their mother tongue. We don't give up on their mother tongue, and actually they'll be taking HSK or, sort of home language qualifications in that. But most importantly, they'll also make great progress in Thai and English. Our first language Thai speakers will do the same for Chinese and English. And for those coming to us who are English first language learners, they will do Chinese and Thai as additional languages. For the rest of the world, those who are coming in from Myanmar or Korea or Russia or Germany, which we have lots of students, we're a very diverse international community, they will pick up those 3 languages as additional languages. So we're not a school that offers an open selection of languages, French, Spanish, Japanese, etc. We basically focus on the 3 languages that are the most important for this region of the world, Southeast Asia, but more importantly, the expanding global community. So for our students at the age of 18 to be able to speak English, Chinese, and Thai in a proficient way, that gives them a massive advantage.
100%. I mean, I wish I spoke 3 languages, that's for sure. We have a question from our community that for SBS, ask about your secondary qualifications, and do you offer IB in the last 2 years?
We are a Cambridge through school. That means that we're offering Cambridge all the way from nursery up until year 13. Our secondary school, we offer IGCSE Cambridge qualifications in year 10 and year 11. And then we go to AS and A2 or A-level qualifications through Cambridge in year 12 and year 13. Our students will take up to 8 IGCSEs in year 10 and 11. 4 will be elective in terms of their subject choices. And then once they get to A-level, they will take 4 Cambridge A-levels. And again, of those, 3 will be elective and 1 will be core. So a student leaving here being with us throughout the full tenure, will have up to 8 IGCSEs and 4 A-levels. When I say up to, we are a school that is dynamic and bespoke. If a student is particularly wanting to take some extracurricular lessons in, let's say, potentially something that we don't cover, Japanese as a language, then we'll always facilitate that as an exam center. Even though we may not have the specific teachers here, we can provide a quiet space for their online tuition, etc. But we provide those 8 taught lessons.
Fantastic. Talk to me about other extracurriculars. So, your sports program, arts and sciences, and those kinds of things outside the academic realm. Like, how robust is that?
We've got some very good facilities, world-class facilities here in terms of sports. So we have a huge indoor gymnasium, which is air-conditioned. That's predominantly used for basketball, but it's also used for 6-a-side and 7-a-side football at times as well. One of the key factors there, indoor, protected, and with the air conditioning. We all know Chiang Mai can get very, very warm during those sort of Songkran months. And so that provides a safe and protected environment for the students. We've just completed, so it's come into operation in January, a very sort of international standard swimming complex that provides a large secondary and primary swimming pool with a reception pool as a separate entity. And we have the fantastic mezzanine floor for the parents in our community to sit upstairs, enjoy a coffee and look down at the students as they're doing their ECAs or their Saturday club, swim club, those kind of things. We have an all-weather pitch for our footballers, and our football team is getting more and more experience playing other schools in the Chiang Mai community. We hosted recently Meriton, we've had Grace, we've had a couple of the other international schools. The headmasters have come down, we've shaken hands, and we've enjoyed that healthy competitive nature that sport can bring. In terms of the arts, we have very, very capable students who are competing in music. We have some fantastic piano players on the sort of national and international stage, and we support those with their extracurricular activities. But one thing I'd like to really point out that we provide outside of the classroom, which to me is quite unique and something that I didn't really see in the international circuit since my days many, many years ago of growing up in the United Kingdom, is our internship program. So our internship program is facilitating students who are in year 10, 11, 12, and 13 to take anything, from 20 to 200 hours outside of the school and work with our internship partners. In the olden days, we called it work experience. But for us, I remember many, many years ago, I worked in IT, and for my work experience when I was 15, I went to Codemasters, and I was a games tester. I think it was called Brian Lara Cricket back in the early 90s. And for me, it really inspired and ignited a love of IT and computer science. I went on to be a computer science teacher when I came into education. For our students who are interested in biomedical science or engineering, the ability to go, and we facilitate this, into local hospitals, engineering companies, and other institutions, not only around Chiang Mai, but slightly further afield, for periods within their Songkran break, their summer break, their Christmas break, gives them a portfolio that's outside of just certificates from external examination bodies.
Sure.
And when they then apply to university, it provides a richness to their offer. And so our students particularly do well then with their university offers, because they can see, rather than just studying a suite of 8 IG and let's say 4 A-level, that they've been tried and tested in a medical faculty in one of the big universities or an engineering company. So yeah, I think I'm very proud at the moment of our internship program, but there's even more great things coming as we expand into the future.
Don't steal my next question. That's my next question. But with the extracurricular work activity opportunities, are those all true internships, or are they also paid opportunities as well?
True internships. Yeah, we don't do this for any kind of reciprocal financial gain. This is something that is for the student's portfolio. So quite often we need to do a lot of work with the companies to get it set up, of course. One of the biggest reasons why a school wouldn't do this is because of the health and safety reports, and the risk assessment, and the huge amount of admin that comes along with it. But this is a cost that's well worth paying, in our opinion. And when we support the students going to those companies, they will do that for no payment over a set period of time. And then the company will give feedback to those students, and the students can use it in their personal portfolio. So we have a student who's going to work with a big investment company in Bangkok in Q4, so over the next 3 or 4 months. and they'll come back and feedback on how they've done. Equally, we have some big universities in Nakhon Siwan from a medical point of view who are going to be providing sort of medical camps for our students during the holidays, so our students can work with cadavers, the older students, but also have a look and see what the undergraduate students are doing at university, and it'll mean that they'll have a far more informed choice when it comes to their university selection process.
Wow. I remember the frog dissection. You and I, we're of the same age group, but I don't remember the cadaver part. So that's
there's a lot of health and safety and risk assessment with that one.
I can only imagine. That's fantastic. We have a couple of community questions here that I want to just grab real quick before we go to your video.
Okay.
I know you've already talked about the language that you offered. That was one of the questions in there, that you are a trilingual school, but also, so do you offer scholarships for Thai students?
We do. We offer scholarships, both internal and external, and we don't base our scholarships on passport. So our scholarships are based on academic ability, opportunity for the students, and the right candidate. We're particularly busy at the moment in our external scholarship program. We're seeing students coming in with 8 A stars in IGCSE, applying for our year 12 and our year 13. I think I'm on the 5th or 6th student this quarter who's under that category. At the moment, we're really strong demographics coming from Myanmar, from Korea, and further afield. We accept scholarships from all over the world as long as they meet that program. Our admissions team can show the criteria, and it always involves not just a test or not just their results, but also a really in-depth interview from the senior leadership team. It needs to be the SBS student. We need to have somebody who, that has that go the extra mile attitude, and that holistic approach to education. So Thai students, Australian students, UK students, if they meet that profile, we'll welcome them here at school.
Fantastic. You mentioned the mezzanine when you were kind of giving us that verbal tour of the campus there. Talk to me more about parent involvement in the school and, opportunities to participate as well as influence what happens.
So the parents, they can elect to be part of the parent representative community, of which I meet 4 times per year. So this will be somebody who represents a particular year group. At the moment, I've actually got 30 parents who are on the parent rep committee. I meet with up to 30 parents if they can make it for each of the meetings. I've actually got one due in 2 weeks' time. And that gives me absolutely valuable feedback in the pulse of the school community. I need to feel that heartbeat of what's going on with the students, with the staff, and really importantly, with the parents. So they can get involved that way. We have also all kinds of committees about fundraising in terms of supporting local sort of service organizations. We do lots of work with communities up in the hills, the local hills around Chiang Mai, as well as areas for animal welfare, etc. From my point of view, I can't get enough parent feedback. It's absolutely, sort of directed for me into all the decisions I make. If I come to look at the school year for next year, if I come to look at staffing policy, I'll speak to my parent reps first and ask, hey, from your point of view, what do you think about this? I'm talking to you now with a hat on as a headmaster, head of school, but I actually am a dad. And I have a 2.5-year-old son who's in the school as well. And so when I sit with the parents sometimes, I take my head of school hat off and I sit with them and we chew the cud about being parents in the school. That gives me a really unique perspective on, I would only trust a school with my son that does a really good job. My career comes second to my son's education. So I would not have my son in a school that I didn't think was one of the best in Chiang Mai.
Fantastic. So with that in mind, you alluded to what the future could hold there. As the head of school, you're privy to those development plans, and obviously you share them with your community as well. But what are you most excited about maybe for the next 12, 24 months in terms of, is it building gentrification or new buildings? Is it new facilities? Is it a new program? Like what are the things that you're most excited about in this near future?
I think we're on a path of growth. We've got a new era of education here at the school. We're 10 years old this year. And I think, sort of, we've got to a point where we're about to start that new element of exponential growth going up. Our student numbers are rising, which means it's a great problem to have, but it means that we're now on a recruitment drive for the summer to find extra teachers We have a new salary scale for our teachers this year, which means that our teachers are international standard in terms of qualifications and experience. The kind of teachers that come to work for us, the kind of teachers that you'll see in the top international schools in Bangkok and further afield. To answer your question, what am I most excited about? I think all of that, in terms of student numbers and quality teaching and learning in the classroom, gives me the ability to provide options for the students. We really value IGCSE Cambridge and A-level Cambridge. But actually, looking to the future, I want to explore what other avenues are out there for our students. It might be EPQs for our year 12s and 13s. It might be further MOUs with universities around the world to get our university counsellor really embedded in those top institutions. Of course, facilities is always on the top of my list. It costs a lot of money to build a new swimming complex. We've got a brand new canteen coming this summer, so all enclosed with air conditioning, clean air, and fantastic food on offer. We've also got a big renovation of our outside space. Again, once you get to 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, it's really important in Thailand to make sure you have an ongoing scheme of renovation. So we have top-class, world-class facilities here that's on an ongoing basis. But yeah, I'm just excited, I guess, about sort of the growing brand and the awareness of our school. I love working with the other schools in the area. I have several friends who are headmasters at schools in the other area, and we talk about where we're going as a group of schools. I think you can't be negatively competitive in an environment like this. It's good to work together, and it's good to speak to other schools. We all have our advantages, and we all have our USPs. I'm massively proud of ours, and I think we do our students a great job, but it's important that we keep everything in mind.
Fantastic. Mr. Lee, thanks so much for taking time out of your super busy day to talk with us. Wonderful to meet you, and I wish you all the best. But we're going to move on to your video now, and so have a great day.
That's great. Have a great day. Thank you very much.
And without further ado, here's SBS video.
The Artit Orat Institution is a leading Thai-based education group with a family of globally focused international schools. Each school in the Artit Orat Institution offer an international curriculum tailored to the needs of its specific community, delivered by highly qualified and experienced educators from around the world.
As the world becomes more globalized, education is even more important to build up the strength and readiness for the world. So Artit Orat Institution has pioneered the new concept to be the first international bilingual education.
High-quality teaching and learning at Artit Orat institutions involve creating a safe and supportive environment that fosters a love of learning, encourages critical thinking and creativity, and inspires students to reach their full potential. Teachers utilize a variety of teaching strategies and approaches such as inquiry-based learning, student-centered learning, and differentiated instruction to cater to the diverse needs of students. They provide timely feedback, set high expectations, and scaffold learning to ensure that all students are challenged and supported. SBS International School Chiangmai, nestled in the heart of northern Thailand, offers a trilingual curriculum in a vibrant, multicultural environment. British International School Phuket boasts a sprawling 45-acre campus and a renowned high-performance sports program. SBS Rangsit, just outside Bangkok, stands out with its bilingual approach and specialised tracks, including cutting-edge medical science programs. SBS International School Bangkok joins our family bringing innovative bilingual education to the heart of Thailand's capital. Each school embodies our commitment to excellence, preparing students for success on the global stage. Artit Orat institutions schools place a strong emphasis on the development of 21st century skills, such as communication, collaboration, digital literacy, and global citizenship, to prepare students for success in an increasingly complex and interconnected world. The AOI schools place great emphasis on the well-being of each child, with both whole school programs and one-to-one support for each child. Students at each of the schools benefit from extensive extracurricular offerings, including sports, service, and artistic learning opportunities beyond the classroom. These students graduate as leaders of tomorrow, progress onto some of the finest university courses in the world, and lead successful careers in their respective fields. The schools take pride in their place in the community, becoming hubs of learning, giving to and supporting their local and international communities, united by a shared passion for the opportunities inherent in modern-day global education.